Hello, my name is Edgar Garcia. I've been a trainer and a wellness coach since 1992. And today I want to talk about overtraining. Now, if you're a trainer, a bodybuilder, weightlifter, or what have you, it's very important that you avoid overtraining because overtraining is just that you're overtraining, you're being counterproductive. Um, you're not going to make much gain if you do overtrain your muscles. Reason being is that overtraining counteracts what your muscles can actually do to its fullest potential. And what overtraining is, it's basically using up your limited resource, which is your recovery ability. Now, all of us have what's called a recovery ability. It varies from individual to individual. Some people have very good recovery ability, like some of my friends. I know some of my friends are multifaceted, when it comes to being athletic. I used to have a friend who, in the morning, he does track and field, and then at nighttime, he works out, and he's fine the next day. He could repeat that process and nothing ever happens to him. He doesn't seem to overtrain and he's always energetic, full of energy. And then there's people like me. I probably have an average recovery ability. I could train, but if I train too intensely, I would have to take a time off the next day. And then there's some other people that I've trained in the past who has very low tolerance to exercise. I remember I was training an Asian lady, and I would train her somewhat in a high intense fashion, but not too much because she can't seem to handle the workload. And I won't see her again for like almost a week. And I would ask her the reason why is because she would tell me I haven't fully recovered. So our ability to recover does vary from individual to individual. It also will depend on our age too. The older we get, the more likely that we'll recover quickly as we were when we were young. I know I can tell that I'm different when I was in my 20. In my 20, my recovery ability was better. And now that I'm in mid 50s, my recovery ability is just not there anymore. So I would take a little bit more time in between workouts to recover. Now, what can lead to overtraining is that training too much intensity. Um, just this week, I had a guy who keeps asking me to spot him because he was bench pressing 315. Um, he would bench press 315, maybe he would crank out 4 to 5 reps, and then he would rest for like 10 minutes. And then he'll ask me again to spot him, and then he'll do the same thing, 4 to 5 reps, and then he would rest for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Then come back, ask me again, and then he would bench press again, 4 to 5 reps. Uh, and, and then again, he would take a break for like 5 to 10 minutes. And he'll repeat this process over and over and over again. And believe it or not, it's like over an hour later, he's still doing it. And I think that's pretty much all he did the whole day. The whole time he was in the gym is just bench pressing. And each one of those sets was taken to a muscular failure. And to me, that is just way too much. Way too much. That's the definition of overtraining. Even though he's a strong guy, I don't think he's natural. But to me, it's just way too much. Even if he's not natural, natty or not, it doesn't matter because you can overtrain being both natural and unnatural. But of course, you would overtrain more likely if you're natural because your recovery ability won't be as as great as someone who's chemically enhanced. Also, training too long. And again, I'm going to use that guy as an example. Like I said, he was just training too long, spending over an hour in the gym. And I don't know if he did any other body part because I didn't stick around to find out. I pretty much left. But training too long can lead to overtraining. And again, I'll go back to our body. Our body has limited resources. When it comes to training too long, you're doing a lot of micro tears in your muscles. And that's not really necessary for growth. And it would be just better for you to keep it short, keep it concise, where you can get an optimum workout and not feel so exhausted and wiped out. I used to do that back then in my younger days. When I started weight training, I was pretty much training like Arnold Schwarzenegger was training, Franco Clover, Frank Zane. Because I had all those books when I was younger. Since I was actually 15, I've had a collection of all those books. And I read up on it. I even studied it. And I was just obsessed with it. And I trained that way. If my friends back then were training an hour, I would be training 2 hours because I just want to outdo my friends and see if I could make better gains. But it wasn't good. Training that long just wiped me out. It wiped me out so much that I feel like I didn't want to do anything else. I just want to lay in bed and just be in a state of comatose. Not really good. Not really good. And training too often. Oftentimes you hear people in the gym saying, oh, I need to train at least 5 to 6 times a week. And that's not really good. That's not really good. Depending on the intensity of the workout, if your intensity is low, then yes, you could get away doing 5 to 6 days a week because low intensity won't tap into your recovery ability that much. Medium intensity, now we're talking, you probably need to cut your workout down in frequency, perhaps to 4 to 5 times, 3 to 4 times a week, just to see good results. But if you're training in very high intensity fashion, and I'm talking about intensity where you go to muscular failure, then you're going to have to make it a little bit less infrequent so that you can give your body a chance to recover from the workout. And now, how do you avoid overtraining? It's just the opposite. Do the opposite. Go ahead and train as intense as possible. Like I said, train to failure. But once you train to failure, that's it. Don't repeat the process anymore. There's no reason for you to take a 5-minute, 10-minute break and then go back to that same exercise, doing it again and training to failure. It's not really necessary. Once you've triggered the body's growth mechanism, as Mike Metzer had said, there's no need to re-stimulate it again and again and again. And like I said, you have to go back to that concept of limited resource. Recovery ability is just limited. We don't have an abundance of it. And especially if you're an old guy like me, your recovery ability is even much lower. All right. And then keep it brief. You don't have to train long to stimulate the muscles. It's better for you not to feel wiped out during a workout and leaving the gym totally tired, wiped out, not motivated to do anything else. It's better for you to leave the gym feeling tired, but not wiped out. Tired is okay because perhaps in a couple of hours or so, you'll get your energy back. And then you'll be able to do other things. For me, in my workout and other people that I've trained in high intensity fashion, their workout is only 20 minutes, at most 30 minutes, and that's it. My workout personally is only 15 minutes, and that's it. I leave the gym. I do stick around in the gym, but just maybe just for social reason. I just socialize with other people. But other than that, my actual workout is very short. And keep it infrequent. And again, if you're natural, it's very important that you keep your workouts infrequent. And what I mean by that, after a good workout, take a couple of days rest. Don't be too excited to go back to the gym and repeat that same intensity again if you don't think you're fully recovered. Again, you're not doing yourself any favor by going back to the gym and training intense again. They'll tap in more into your recovery ability. And I like that concept of what Mike said. It's like digging a hole. After you've dug a hole into your recovery ability, the first thing that needs to happen is that the hole needs to be refilled again. And that may take to a day or two, depending on your recovery ability. And then once that hole is filled, you need to add a little bit more to it so that hole is kind of like filled up a little bit more higher. And according to Mike, that's progress when it's filled up a little bit higher. And that can actually take anywhere from 3 to 4 days, in my opinion. And again, if you're a younger person with good recovery ability, that can happen to you within 2 to 3 days. All right, so train intense, keep it brief, and keep it infrequent. So this way your progress is more lasting. Okay, and I'll talk more about this as I create more videos in the process. All right, just wanted to advertise my book. I wrote the manual for this book actually in 2006. This book didn't get published till 2018. And it's titled How to Get Rid of Your Skinny Self. And it's sold at Amazon.com for only $9. I used to sell this book for $16 and I made it only $9. So this way I make it affordable for all of you to have a copy of it. And I would truly appreciate it if you do buy this book. It would support me and my family. And perhaps I can write other future books on this topic of high intensity training. Again, the title of the book is How to Get Rid of Your Skinny Self by me, Edgar Garcia. All right, thanks so much and God bless you all. Bye-bye.